Hello, everyone. Hello. This is Martha. I am a relationship counselor and clinical sexologist. And this is 14th of December 2019 as I make this video. And it is raining in Singapore. It has been raining since last night. And it has been raining every day, apparently, except for Thursday. So yes, as the year starts to unwind and people are traveling and having their holidays, um, it's a time that I just want to say, uh, remember to take care of yourself. Besides running around, maybe take moments to ask yourself what you're doing and if this still gives you joy. Okay, so in today's video, I want to talk about something that I have seen happening in my work quite a bit actually. And I don't want to make it about gender, but in my work, I do work with a lot of heterosexual couples. And I have seen this where the person with the penis, the man, would try to protect his partner, his girlfriend, or his wife by not telling them certain things because they think they don't want their partner to be unhappy and they want to protect their partner. And unfortunately, this happens to be a man versus woman thing. But I want to say that, of course, this will happen in all kinds of relationships, whether it is with your parents, whether it is in same-sex couples, or even in friendships and other kinds of relationships, say with your siblings. So having said that, think about it. When we were young, there were certain things that we don't understand because our mental capacity is still developing. And the way in which we see the world is very much framed by what we experience. So if your parents don't tell you things like taking care of finances, and even the way they talk about finances is very negative, like money is the root of all evil, this will affect the way you start to view finances when you grow up. And maybe your parents are trying to shield you and protect you from that. And rightly so, they are the parent and you are the child. But what happens when you grow up and your father or mother is being replaced by your partner? And what happens when you are in a relationship where there is a different in terms of the age and the maturity and the power? Say if one person is making the money, the breadwinner, and the other one is a housewife or house husband. And there is not just a age disparity, sometimes there's also the power disparity where one person is making more money. So in those cases, there is an imbalance in the relationship, and let's not be unrealistic and saying that no such thing happens. We are in a world that is equal. There is a world where we want to strive for equality and awareness, but the reality is there's a lot of inequality in the world and also in relationships. So there are differences. And what actually happens in my work, I'm quite long-winded today. What happens in my work is that I see a lot of people trying to protect their spouse, and they use the word protect. They use the word, they don't want their partner to be stressed. They can front it, they can suck it up, they can take it all, they can take everything, all the nonsense of the world, all the stress of their work, all the anxiety, all the scoldings that they receive at work. I can take it all. And So they try to compartmentalize and then go, I'm not going to bring this home. And to a certain extent, it is useful because this is your preferred style. However, in my work, a lot of people who are in relationships are actually with their opposite. Most of us are attracted to our opposite. So somebody is a talkative person, somebody is a quiet person, somebody is a morning person, somebody is a night person. One is an introvert, one is an extrovert. One is into talking and sharing, and one is not into talking and sharing. So what ends up happening in a lot of relationships is the person who thinks that I can suck it up, I can take it all, I want to compartmentalize, I don't want to talk about work, is you end up actually not sharing at all, not sharing at all. So in the name of I need to protect my partner. So when you try to protect them, protect, actually they don't know what's going on. If they don't know what is going on, how do you expect them to understand and to have more patience and compassion for you? If they don't understand what is going on, they don't understand. You can't blame them for the way they behave. So I have people who don't share with their partner going, oh no, I want to protect him or her. I want to protect him or her because I don't think he or her can handle this. By you not even giving this person a chance to learn about what is going on, or you want to understand, it's too complicated, I don't want to talk about it, it doesn't matter what I say anyway, you don't understand. When you use such dismissive language, you're actually disempowering your partner. You actually projecting onto them, based on what I know about you, you stupid, you don't understand. And you're not giving them a chance to learn. Maybe they don't understand, but maybe there comes a point or a time when they may start to understand, maybe not 100%, maybe 5%, and maybe you need many light touches, maybe you need many conversations for them to understand something, and maybe you are not a good communicator and you need to explain better. Maybe you need to draw, maybe you need to write, maybe you need to bring brochures, maybe you need to share a video, things like that, so that you can better explain things to your partner so that they can understand. However, what I'm seeing is that in their desire to protect their partner, they are actually saying, you can't handle it. You can't handle it. Therefore, I know better. I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to block you and I'm going to protect you. So then on the other hand, they say things like, oh, you know, I really want you to be independent and strong. If something ever happens to you, I want you to be able to take care of yourself. Can you see the disparity? At one hand, you say your partner can't handle it. On the other hand, you want your partner to be independent. These two things don't go hand in hand. They don't. And if you want your partner to be your equal, you need to treat your partner as an equal. You need to talk to your partner as an adult. There are times when we can have playtime and we can put on our childlike inner child voices and personas. And then there are times then we need to be serious and have adult conversations. If you think that your partner is just one-dimensional and you box them into this state of when you met them, you're not giving them the chance to grow. You're not growing your partner because you're not sharing anything that is real, real life problems with money, with finances, with health. If your partner hasn't been tested and hasn't been exposed to these things, how are you going to expect them to handle bigger things? So in your desire to protect your partner, some people don't realize that they're actually disempowering their partner. So disempowering actually means you take away the power that is theirs. So you already projected onto them that they can't handle it. However, you didn't even try with a small thing. So trying with small things and actually making a decision to be more open and to share is a big part of them growing and stepping into adulthood. And you can say, yeah, we are adults, right? We are adults. I don't mean like adults in terms of functionality. You may have the body of an adult, but the emotional maturity of somebody who is not. And you can't have that maturity when you haven't been exposed. I think people do talk about it because a lot of Singaporeans, they live with their parents until they get married. So they don't know how to manage family budgeting and real life issues of time management and juggling housework and things like that. However, if you haven't even introduced themselves to basic concepts, to small things like letting them do their own laundry, then they won't learn. So parents don't realize this, but their loving behavior, their desire to protect their child actually ends up with the child being disempowered, being frustrated because it's not real. And in some ways, I think a lot of kids, they do want that. When I was a teenager, I couldn't wait to start work, but I wasn't allowed to work, even part-time. I wasn't allowed to work. But if I had the chance to work part-time, I would have a flavor of what money really means and the cost of living means. And knowing how little I was earning as a part-timer maybe would have spurred me to work even harder in my studies. So actually, by protecting people, sometimes you take away their power and you're not allowing them the chance to grow. And this continues to extend where the partner sometimes steps in and becomes the father and mother figure and also wants to protect their partner, and actually invariably disempower them, and actually causes more problems down the road, because how you do something is how you do everything. If you started off protecting, you don't realize, sometimes you don't realize what you have actually done to the relationship on the longer term. And it is frustrating because it's if you think about it, it's quite hypocritical, isn't it? You want to protect your partner and then you suck it out and then you don't share, and then it's not real as in a real relationship where everything can be shared from the heart, from the soul, from the mind. It's not real. And then you complain and say, my partner doesn't understand. Well, you didn't even start. And okay, now that I made this video and you're watching this video, think about what's happening in your relationship. How much of it is real? How much of it you can really talk about everything? And by this, you can say it's actually true intimacy. I use the word real a lot because this is, I guess, one of my values. I do value being real, a real person with feelings, and I share my vulnerability with the world. But actually, it's a form of intimacy. It's not just having physical intimacy and having sex and calling it making love. It is the intimacy of really letting somebody into your life. And there are people who then project, oh, you can't possibly understand, it's too complicated. So that is projection. You assume that the person cannot understand, and in your mind, in your subconscious, probably you pin the person to your experience of the person some time ago. People grow, people change, and people want to grow and people want to change, and you're actually disempowering them. So to enable them is to say, I'm going to share with you this and this and this, and see how it lands, and then from there go into things that are more real. So it's not one big conversation where somebody can grow. It's actually several different conversations, and I call it planting seeds. People can change and people are capable of changing. However, it is not one big conversation. It is many different touch points, just like how you do sex education with a kid. Okay, so I'm a little bit all over the place, but I hope this gets through the point of getting you to understand sometimes in your desire to protect someone is actually putting on a facade, and it is not real, and you're not being vulnerable, and you're not actually giving people the chance to see the real you and what is really happening. And when you are in a relationship with someone, you're married to this person, you are also responsible for what you have put into the relationship. If you want to save time and you not put in and not share, and sweep it under the carpet of I'm protecting you, give it some deeper thought right now. Are you actually taking away the power of your partner? If this is not what you want, then perhaps start changing the way that you behave. So this is Martha of Eros Coaching, and I have several hundred YouTube videos, so please check them out. And I'm available for coaching via Skype or face-to-face. I have many trainings, many trainings. I am a trained counselor. I am a trained sexologist. I am certified, and I have many trainings. I have certificate in counseling, coaching, sex therapy. I'm very familiar with the difference between counseling and coaching, and I'm actually trained as a coach. I'm not just somebody who says that they're a coach or educator and then they don't have any credentials behind their name. So do check out my profile and my services, and I look forward to being able to help you guys.